Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I am back with my inked up, photo mat, photo paper mats or boards or, whatever we want to call them. And I thought we'd have more of a play with them. And if you saw my last video, you'll know that, I picked these up at a car boot sale. They are in fact glossy photo paper. And I purchased them in this size. So, I mean, fantastic size, obviously, for, what we want them for, to make sort of journaling cards and things. So I've kind of tentatively put some little clusters and things on top of them. I mean, personally, I just don't feel convinced by them. I think I don't like the mix of the glossy and the matte, if you see what I mean. I just feel like I'm struggling to work with the glossy and then, the matte. For me, it's just, I just don't really like it that much. I mean, this one, I've just fussy cut this piece out, which obviously is on, matte. I don't mind. I think that looks okay, weirdly enough. Yeah, I don't mind that one. This, I don't mind it. I don't like it as much as I like this one. And I'm kind of thinking the problem is I'm not so sure about having the matte topper with the very glossy, sheeny bottom, if you see what I mean. So obviously, if you saw my video, previously where we kind of made these, we did then dab some over with some gesso, which I have obviously here. And these are then obviously much, dulled down version. So if I just kind of show you the difference. So this is a cluster on this one. It instantly, to me, feels like it looks better because it's not on that glossy surface. Well, that's another glossy one. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking it may be if I've used glossy surface, I need a glossy topper, if that makes sense. And, if I've used a matte surface, well, I guess I could probably go with either topper. I haven't tried the opposite. But yeah, I think for me, that's why I'm definitely not really loving them. So what I thought we could do is I've brought along, some more of the photo matte paper. Well, not photo matte, sorry. The glossy, glossy photo paper. And what I thought we'd do is we will stamp a couple of images. Now, this is just because I can't be bothered to go downstairs and actually set my printer up to actually print some pieces off. So I thought, let's just be super lazy and just come along and stamp some bits. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if then this works, then there's no reason, I guess, why we couldn't then, use our printers and print on these. I mean, I personally haven't ever tried printing on the, this size of paper. But I mean, I'm sure it's, perfectly easy, to be honest. So all I'm going to do is take my StazOn. Again, if you watch my channel or not, you'll know I absolutely love the StazOn ink. Again, I always say this. I know lots of people don't like it. Personally, I really get on with it and really do like it. Now, the other thing that I just want to try is I'm not sure what inking this paper is going to be like, if you see what I mean. Because, of course, it is that glossy, sheeny surface. So I'm just going to try that out before I start stamping because, I don't want to kind of stamp and then discover actually it's not inkable, if you see what I mean. So we'll just ink around it. And I'll just check that that doesn't wipe straight off. No, it seems like it's looking good. So this is using Distress Oxide in walnut stain. So, I'm just kind of hoping that it would be the same with the distress ink. But yeah, I mean, obviously I've never tried this before, so okay. And then I'm just going to stamp a couple of images on here. So I'm going to just take my black StazOn. Now shut the drawer. Okay, right, just take my black StazOn. Now, I've not used this stamp for a really long time, so I'd probably best do like a rough stamp on there just to make sure that it's going to be good and inky. So let me just grab a kind of tester piece of paper just to stamp that on. Yeah, I haven't used this stamp for a long time, and I know that this is quite a kind of juicy stamp, so just stamp it off, once or twice first. Okay, and we'll go on. Whoops, we'll go on again. like that. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're doing some crafting, having some fun. Every day's better with crafting, isn't it? Just apply the ink to the stamp this time. Right, no doubt I will drop this onto the thing. Okay. I think I've moved that slightly and smudged it, but never mind. Oops, it's just now stuck on there completely. Okay. Well, it didn't overly like stamping on there, but having said that, we've got a wonderful crisp stamped image, which is fantastic. So I'm just going to do a little bit of like some scripty stamped, having the, you know, to use as some background. So I'm just checking out what I've got here in my drawer. Actually, I've got my gorgeous like faux postcard, not postcard, faux letter type stamp. This Crafty Individuals stamp, I use it a lot, so I'm sure you've all probably seen me use it before. Okay, let's just again stamp that off to, you know, hopefully be getting a really good crisp image. Okay, so just put that down like that. I mean, like I say, I don't know whether this is going to be the thing that makes the difference, but I'm hoping it's going to make the difference. I mean, obviously I might go over those background papers with the gesso to tone them down and, you know, dull them down. But to be honest, I'm kind of hoarding them at the moment because I really love them. So yeah, I can't bring myself to quite muck them up just yet. So let's do another one. So we've got, you know, a few bits to play with. So again, just going to ink this over with the walnut stain. I'm not too worried. I mean, obviously I'm making a not very good job of this, as you can see, but I'm not too worried because by the time that we've torn this out, you know, all I'm trying to do is get a couple of, you know, basic images for us to actually use to decorate some bits and pieces. So, you know, I'm really not worried if this is looking, you know, not like the best inking on the planet, which of course it's not. You know, it's hopefully not going to show by the time that we actually, you know, get tearing it up and sticking it down. It's not going to be quite so visible. So let's just get this one on here. Okay. Okie dokie. Just thought a bit of this measure tape stamp would be really nice. So, oops. Like that. Okay, and then we'll just do these ladies. Hopefully I might be able to get 2 of these on here if I'm careful. I don't know, we'll have to see. It would be great if I could. I'll go quite close to the edge, but I don't know whether we're going to have room for 2 or not. Yeah, hopefully we'll get another one in down here. Again, this is another Crafty Individuals one. It's just, I've mounted it onto a wooden block. I really like having the wooden block, you know, stamp bases. So yeah, I thought it would be quite a good thing to do. Now I've got this blank space here, so to be honest, rather than you know, waste it, because I might want some other things in the background anyway, I'm just going to take that beautiful damask stamp that I've been using a lot lately and just do a little tiny bit of stamping in there. So again, just going to cover up that measure tape so I don't go over that, hopefully. Just so I've got like little bits that I can then just use in the background alongside, you know, the other bits that we're doing. Okay. And actually, I've just been super stingy, got another little tiny bit here, so I'll just go right up to that stamp this time. Because, you know, I might actually choose to have this one as a, you know, just a complete rectangle. I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, actually, it looks better, doesn't it, with some, you know, some decorative bits going on around it. So, Right, let's clear the stamps out of the way now so they're not on the desk in the way. Okay, pop that into the drawer beside me. Let's just get rid of these blocks out of the way. So I'm not going to use these ones which have been obviously gessoed. I'm going to pull in, you know, some of the proper glossy ones here, and you know, we're going to just experiment and see whether this kind of, you know, makes a difference or not. Like I say, I mean, I don't know. This maybe is not going to be the game changer that I think it's going to be. But I feel like I definitely would be happier with, you know, glossy background, glossy topper, if you see what I mean. It just feels like that's then at least kind of got something going on that's similar. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm straight away preferring that. So let's just cut this down like that. Now, do we want... Because if I cut this bird out, he's going to be quite tiny on there, which... Yeah, he's going to be pretty tiny, isn't he? Let's just see. Right, sorry about that. I had a phone call, you know, come through. Right, okay, so I've got my glossy images. Now, I've quickly backed these onto, you know, some card whilst I was on the phone. And yeah, we're going to kind of attempt to do these. So cut these down, obviously, slightly, you know, whilst I was sticking them onto the background. So I'm just going to cut this image here. Okay, and like that. Oops. Okay, and then I still can't decide what to do with this bird, whether to cut it down. I think it probably would be better cut down, to be honest. Or, do you know, let's just do it. I'm going to cut it round here, you know, in line with the oval shape. I've cut the swirly bits off. It's got those big swirly kind of bits. I'm going to just get rid of those altogether. Okay. Right, and then here, just going to tear this down. Okay. And then I've got this tape measure piece, which again, let's just tear that down and see whether we can have this anywhere as well. Just cut this down here. Right, I'm going to ink these up quite a bit more, so they've got, yeah, a lot more ink going on them. Just want to see whether I might want to have some of this swirly bit going on here as well. Okay. Oops. Okay. Let's just see. Or perhaps we could have it that way. Like that. Okay, so that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to just ink these up quite a bit now on the edges. Now I've got some green here. I can't really remember how this green looks. I haven't used it for a long time. I feel like it's very dark, so I hope I'm not going to just really muck this up by using something that's way too dark. But we will see. Just okay, I'm going to go around this with some walnut stain as well because yeah, it's like too green really. Okay, right, let's get the walnut stain now. Oh, I've got so many ink pads and things now all over the desk. It's becoming a nightmare here. The desk is like the messiest it's been for ages. And yeah, I've been doing a, you know, use what's on your desk series, but it's come to the point where actually I've started so many other things during that series. I now actually can't finish the series, if you see what I mean, because it's accumulated so much other stuff during the course of the series that it's no longer just the handful of bits that were there first of all. So yeah, it's become a nightmare, even more of a nightmare than normal. Terrible, terrible, terrible mess. Okay, and then a bit here as well. Okay, well, I quite like how that looks, to be honest. It's pretty, isn't it? So I'm going to wet glue. Just, yeah, I was just thinking out loud whether the wet glue is going to want to stick on the photo paper, but whoops. Well, that was a lot of glue came out there, wasn't it? Okay. Let's pop that one down there. Excuse me. Got a really bad frog in my throat today. Okay, and then we're going to just pop this piece down here. Like that. And then ideally we're going to have her on there, but I'm thinking I would like her on some lace, I think. So I'm just going to pull in just a bit of lace. It's way too much, I think, but well, it's not too bad actually. Thought it was going to look like really loads, but yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. But I will just ink her up a little bit more so she's a bit inkier still. Okay. And then I'm going to hot glue all of that stuff down. So that will then hold that lace down in place as well. So like that. Okay. That looks super pretty, doesn't it? Yeah, love how that looks. So yeah, happy with that. And then what I'm going to do, I'll just round the corners actually. I'm still wondering whether I need anything else on there, maybe like some words or anything else. I'm a bit sort of stumped because again, you know, I'm just not loving the matte finish pieces on top of that gloss. So I could try and see whether, you know, what I actually think to having some matte pieces, maybe like some numbers or something. Let's just have a look and see what I've got here in my little container. Oh, well, I've got a dictionary definition. Have that there. That's quite nice actually. Yeah, perhaps I would just ink this up. And just have that there. Okay. Again, just hot gluing this down for speed. Like that. Okay. Like that. And then I'm going to ink all around, like the edge of here. Okay. And then here as well. Okay, like that. And then I'm thinking kind of stitch around it on the sewing machine. I mean, probably not essential, but yeah, I think that would probably be quite nice. Just wondering whether we could have a big butterfly on there as well. This butterfly is probably way too big, to be honest, but it's, you know, I'm just kind of thinking out loud, really. Oh, I quite like that. Okay. Yeah, love how that looks. And then I might even go round the edge with, I've got some of the, you know, patina. I might just go round the edge with a bit of that. So let's just give that a try. just so I've got like a bit of sort of metallic around the edges there. Oops, gone very heavy with that. Way too much. Oh my goodness, I've really made a mess. Oh my gosh, making more of a mess every time I touch it now. Okay, well luckily it seems quite movable on this photo paper, so oh gosh. Another how not to do things here, so yeah. Okay, and then just a bit here. Oh, I love how that looks. Really love it. I wonder what it would be like if we just put sort of... no, that looked rubbish, and now that won't come off. I assumed that would come off, but no, it doesn't really want to. Oh well, just got a little blob there. Right, okay. We'll put that to one side, and we'll just quickly do the blue one. So, got here the blue ink, and I'll just ink this up a little bit more first. Oh, suddenly got a bit breezy there through the window, and suddenly things are blowing all around the desk. So, and let's face it, there is a lot to be blown around the desk, isn't there? It's just not going to be too tricky. Right, I was wondering whether to have some of the blue. I can't be bothered to change the ink pad, so I'm just going to, you know, be super lazy here and just ink this like that, just using the sponge. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? So that was using this blueprint sketch, and then what I'm thinking is go over that with some of the vintage photo as well to you know, vintage it up as well. Maybe go around there with a bit of the patina before I glue this one down now. That might be a bit more of a better way of doing it, rather than trying to dab it on after the event. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, right, let's get rid of this patina off the desk before I dip any bits in it, because that'll be the next thing, obviously. Oops, I don't know what I've done with the lid. I'm so sorry, that phone call's like thrown me off completely. It was obviously, you know, more things to do with the situation that's obviously going on here, you know, at home with, you know, my husband and I obviously splitting up and things. So, whoops, I've been thrown a bit, so I do apologise. I'm now obviously kind of floundering around because my mind's now not really on the task in hand, but I thought, well, I'll just finish this. So, yeah, hopefully get this done, and then I'll have to go off and research some more stuff. Okay, so just put this down like that. Okay, so yeah, oh, that bird looks so lovely on there, doesn't it? Yeah, love how that bird looks. Now, do we want to have that bird on some lace as well? Let's just see. Possibly not, but we'll just try it. Oh, maybe we do. I mean, I always think everything looks better with lace, as you know, so this is another example of that, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, the lace is kind of lost there. You know, I'm not saying it's really showing up a great deal, so it's probably not really required, but let's just have it there anyway. I'm just wondering actually whether we should ink that lace up, make it a bit more grungy, like that, and then just, yeah, maybe like that. Yeah, okay, right, so glue the whole thing down. Like that. Okay. Right, let's now round these corners. And I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I actually think wax seal would be really lovely on this one. I'm not quite sure where that wax seal would go, if I'm truthful. But that's kind of, yeah, I'm feeling a wax seal coming on. So let's just go around there like that. And let me just see what I've got ready made in my box here. Oh, that's such a shame because they're not really the right colour blue, are they? Oh, isn't that just typical? Oh, that's not too bad. I would have preferred a wax seal, it's got to be said. Oh, I've got this one, but that's got lilac on it. That's not right, is it? Honestly, no matter what you do, you've never got quite the thing that you're looking for, have you? You know, no matter how many things that you've done in advance and made and what have you, it's the one thing you've not done, which is the thing that you need. Just going to ink this ribbon up and see whether it might look, you know, a bit better. Okay. I don't mind that. I mean, I have to say that's not quite the right colour ribbon, really. I would have preferred, you know, a different ribbon. But obviously, I would rather not have to now make another wax seal piece because, yeah, I'm going to have to go off now and sort some stuff out. So, yeah, I'm thinking kind of let's just go with this and, you know, make the most of what we've got here. So just ink this stamp up and see whether we could go for a little postage stamp on there as well. Yeah, maybe we will do that. So yeah, let me pop that stuff away. Okay, and I mean, we could even have it sideways on. I think I quite like it sideways on, weirdly enough. So yeah, let's just get this postage stamp down. And again, I'm just going to wet glue this one. Okay, like that. And then let's get this stuck down. Like that, okay. How scrumptious is that looking? So love that, really, really pretty. Let me just check whether I would like a butterfly. I've got that one. Not too bad a match. I mean, it could probably do with being a bit brighter, it's got to be said. I'm definitely preferring these with the, you know, the glossy kind of pieces on them. That's, you know, that is making a difference for me. So yeah, definitely it was the glossiness, or the lack of glossiness that I wasn't really so keen on. So yeah, I feel a lot happier having the glossy back. I don't know whether this one's quite blue enough, if I'm honest, unless we have it over in that corner. I feel like this is too blue, this is too green. It's probably okay, isn't it? Right, let's just go for that. Okay. Like that. And then, yeah, I'm wondering whether we could like ink this a bit to just like, because it's got a bit of a lilac sort of thing going on there, hasn't it? Not lilac, sorry, like almost a purpley violet type thing going on, which not quite so good. Let me just go in with my Distress Oxide and see whether okay. Yeah, preferring that. Okay, so that's those two. Obviously with the, you know, we've stuck with that glossy background, but actually I think it looks okay now with the glossy topper as well. So yeah, I hope that you like them, and yeah, I hope it's inspired you to do some, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks then, bye.